Hello and welcome to Everyday English with Mandisa. You know English, right? And you studied it for years. You understand it perfectly when you read it and when you hear it. But when someone speaks to you, your mind goes blank. When you are in your ESL learning platform and you're talking to your English teacher, your mind goes blank. That's not a language problem. That's a thinking problem. And today I'm going to help you fix it. Now, imagine you're at work, right? And your manager asks you a question in a meeting. Hmm. In your mind, you're translating from your language, right? Your native language to English. By the time you have an answer, mhm, the conversation has moved on. And many of you have experienced this, especially if you have a class, right? It's a group class, or there's many of you in the class, and the ESL teacher asks a question, right? And then by the time you answer it, answer the next one. Now, that sounds familiar, right? And this is called translation dependency, and it slows down almost every English learner. Okay, now we looked at our scenario, and this happens to everyone. Now we need to start thinking in English. Mhm. So here's why it happens. When you learn English, you learn it as a translation of your first language or your home language. To speak fluently, you need to start thinking in English, not converting, because that's what slows you down, because you're basically Google translating in your head. Mhm. And with that, it's a bit tricky and it delays your responses. Okay, now let's look at techniques. Name the things that are around you in English. Okay, so look at objects around you. And I always tell my ESL learners that you know what, you know English. It's just that you're trying to translate it from your native language to, when I say native, so this can be if you're Polish, if you're Japanese, if you're Korean, if you're speaking Spanish, if you're speaking French. Now you're trying to translate that language into English. Then the grammar rules confuse you. Then this. So now you're panicking right there, only to find that, hey, your answer is literally right next to you. Okay, now pick any object near you right now, your desk, your phone, your coffee cup. If you're at work, you have something to point at, right? Say its name in English. Do this throughout your day, every day. Why? You're able to now connect the words. And this is what I've noticed. In some languages, I think, especially Polish, Turkish, some Latin words, there's some words that actually sound similar to English. They have that similarity. This is how you expose yourself to the language, right? I mean, you've learned English at school already. So we're just, dusting up the old box that had, right, the English language in it and just taking out the words. So even if you have to do I Spy, I know it's a childish game, but hey, use I Spy. Use I Spy. Say, okay, fine. Look at colors, look at feelings, look at what is happening around you. Why? You're going to be able to express yourself and be able to say, oh, okay, fine. Okay, I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel gloomy. Okay. If I can point in anything right now, it has color, it's an object, and guess what? It can make you feel a certain way. Look, for example, let's use a flower, right? With a flower, it's green, it's pink. How does it make me feel? It makes me feel happy, right? Who can I give it to? I can give it to my mom. With just one object, you're actually able to make sentences using that object. Isn't that what we want? Yes, we want you to use the language that you know. That's how we learn English on a day to day. Okay, we're not looking at perfect present, continuous, and all that stuff. No, we know a verb. A verb is a doing. We know these words, but guess what? We know how to describe. We know how to use the language. It's application that matters. Okay, now say the names out loud. Don't just think it, say it. Hearing yourself speak actually builds the English layer in your mind. And mhm, the faster you learn, right, the more you speak, the more you know. Okay. Have you noticed the most talkative person always has the right words, right? They're able to express themselves. But that's how it's like. Use the word that you know. Use the words that you know. Build your vocabulary, learn a new word, especially if you're in business, right? Look at how certain jargon. So when I say certain jargon, I mean there is a language. In accounting, there's a certain language. In business, there's certain words that they use. Expose yourself to the language, and you will find that actually English has been right in front of you all this whole time, right in front of you this whole time. You just need to say the words and remember how to say it. Ta-da! Now, you're building your English mental layer. Okay, so the goal is to stop reaching out for your first language because that's first response. Okay, when you see chair, think chair, no translation, right? This rewires your brain to process English. And even if I ask you a question, you're able to answer. Why? Because you already know the language. You just need to apply. Let's look at our second technique, practice method. Okay, talk to yourself in English. Why? Because guess what? Majority of the time, you're speaking to yourself in your native language, in your home language, in your first language, because you're used to speaking that way, right? And you have the language. Now we want to add another language. So talk to yourself in English. Practice mode. So narrate your day as you do things. Don't worry about how it sounds like, how it feels like. No, just narrate what you're doing. Okay, don't wait for a conversation. Create one in your own mind. You do this with your native language, do it with English. Okay, I'm making coffee. And it's funny how, if you have these block of words, when you go into your ESL lesson, when you go meet with your mentor who speaks English, when you go and you have a meeting, you're able to use the vocabulary. Why? Because you have exercise, right? Because you're exercising using the vocabulary, right? I'm in bad traffic today, right? The traffic is bad today. I need to finish this report. This builds natural fluency to make English your default thinking language. Okay, let's look at number three. Technique number three is use filler phrases while you think. Now, silence doesn't help, especially if you're learning English. And in your English lesson, right, your ESL teacher will ask you a question and then there's silence, right? You don't know what to say. Now, let's add in filler phrases. Use these today. Take a screenshot. Use filler phrases. You can say, that's a good question. Instead of silence, use this phrase to buy yourself thinking time. It sounds natural, confident, and professional, even when you need a moment to form your answer in your head, right? Because we want you to, right? Let me think about that. So it signals that you're engaged and thoughtful. It removes the pressure of responding instantly and keeps the conversation flowing naturally. Now let's practice the word. Let me think about that. Okay, good, good. Now, another filler word is what I mean is that I don't understand what you said. What I mean is I'm a bit confused. Use this to clarify or rephrase your thoughts mid sentence. Okay, so you might have made a mistake while saying, I go to work, right? Oh no, what I mean is, I went to work. Now, can you see how you can use that? It shows fluency and self awareness, which is what every ESL teacher wants to see, and gives you time to express your idea more clearly. Take a screenshot. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking about these three techniques. Now it's time for a role play. I'm not going to leave you here without practicing. I need you to learn English immediately. Now, let's role play. I'm your colleague and I'm going to have a conversation with you. What is your response going to be? Let's begin. So, what do you think about the new project timeline? Okay, let me know in the comment section what response you chose. Okay, so you could have said, that's a good question. I think we'll need a bit of more time, but I'm confident we can make it work. Now, this is a long response, but hey, build English using block sentences and phrases and filler words to make the conversation more natural. Perfect. Now, here's a challenge. Clock this challenge. Your 24-hour challenge is this: narrate one activity in English today. Okay. I am thinking in English. I am speaking in English. I am becoming a confident English communicator. This is what I've noticed. What you say to yourself is what you become. I want you to say to yourself every day, I am thinking in English. I am speaking in English. I am becoming a confident English communicator. One activity today. Why? Build your confidence. I know you get scared, especially when you have to speak in front of people, a person in a lesson. But here's the thing: I am thinking in English. I am speaking in English. I am becoming a confident English communicator. Perfect. So we've completed our lesson. Now, if you find that this video has helped you, please subscribe for new lessons and don't forget to download my free 100 essential English phrases to further upgrade and upscale how you say everything. And I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And hey, I wish you all the best in your English journey. Thank you. Take care.